Listen, do you ever feel like your life is stuck on repeat? Like you're repeating the same day over and over and over again, and you're not where you want to be? What if I told you you are one decision away from completely changing your life's trajectory? Would you believe me? My whole goal of this video is to tell you and teach you how me deciding to make one decision changed my entire life. How I went from a broke 17, 18-year-old to making 50K a month in revenue plus at 20 years old. And I don't say that to flex, I say that to try to motivate you to do better, to try to show you what life can really be. Because life is more than you think it is. You can achieve anything that you want to in life, but the thing is, you need to put in the work. So the point of this video is to show you how one decision can change everything in your life, literally everything. Listen, this isn't just motivation. These are real actionable steps that you can take today after listening to what my story is, how one decision changed my entire life, and how the fuck I got to this point right here. A few years ago, I was stuck working a job I didn't want to work. I was literally working valet. I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning. I had to be at work at 6, and I clocked out at 3. I deadass was miserable. It was probably the worst time of my life, and I know you can relate to it. Every single day that I went to work, I thought about what my life could be, where I wanted to be, what I picture myself actually doing. I want to be traveling. I want to start a family. I want to have kids. But I can't do that because the job that I have and the path that I'm on right now is not going to get me to that point. How the fuck am I going to take care of a family making $2,000 a month, making $3,000 a month? That is not livable for a family. That's not even, shouldn't be livable for a person. Shouldn't be livable for yourself. You need to get out of that limited mindset and actually expand your mind and see what the world actually is. How are you going to get to the point of actually making money? What I realized going to work every single day is that I needed a change. I needed to make a change now, because if I did not make a change now, nothing is gonna change. We all know that one person. You could be that person too that tells every single person, oh, these are my plans, this is what I'm gonna do, this is where I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna make this much money, but you procrastinated. That person procrastinated. Keep pushing that thing that you need to do tomorrow, next day, the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, and eventually a year passes by. Eventually 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 years pass by, and then you're on your deathbed and you're wondering why your life was not lived how it's supposed to be. Is because you didn't take that fucking actionable step that you should have taken in the beginning, the very beginning of your life. Right now, I'm 20 years old. Back when I was working a job, 17, 18 years old, I did not know I was going to be in the position I was in right now, but I was praying for it. I was asking God for guidance. Also, one thing, take God in your life, add Him to your life, pray to God, ask Him for forgiveness, ask Him for guidance. Without God, we have nothing. The reason you might feel empty on the inside every single day of your life, every month, everything you do, even though you might be making $1 million a month, you might have every single thing that you want to, cars, girls, change, money, all this superficial bullshit. But the one thing you do not have is a connection to God. And without a connection to God, you will not feel fulfilled. So the one thing I'm going to tell you right now, build that connection with God before you do anything else. When you build that connection with God, it's going to take you onto that trajectory that you want to be on, onto that path that you want to be on. Because with God on your side, you will have everything. As I was going to work every single day and I was feeling miserable, there was this one day that I read about something online. I watched a TikTok about Airbnb arbitrage. Quick brief thing about Airbnb arbitrage, and this is basically the business that I make money off of, the $50,000 a month Airbnb arbitrage. It's basically when you find a property, you rent the property, you furnish the property, and then you list the property onto Airbnb. After you list the property onto Airbnb, you profit. Let's say a property is going for $2,000 a month on the market, so you rent it for $2,000 a month. Let's say it makes $5,000 a month, and the total expenses are $3,000 a month with utilities. So you do 5 minus 3, that equals 2. So then that gives you $2,000 a month in profit. And that's my whole business model. I found out, and I was scrolling through my phone on TikTok, and I was going through videos, and I came across this business model. This was my turning point. That one decision I was telling you, this is that one decision. I took a leap of faith. I started learning about it. I said, this sounds like something I can do. I'm 18 years old. I have limited money. I'm taught that I can start this business with limited funds. I can start this business with a credit card that I don't have to pay any interest on. I can start this business at any age, 16, 17, 18, it doesn't matter. I can start this business now. And that's what I realized after watching some videos, getting some knowledge, and then finding the proper items and things to look for to teach me what I need to be taught. But at the time, something was missing, which was someone by my side. I wanted someone to tell me what to do, or I wanted something organized to where I can learn from. Luckily, I had found my mentor on Instagram. I paid into a mentorship, paid $4,000. 18 years old, I put in all my money into it. I was still living at home. Let me backtrack a little bit. If you're living at home and you're working, take advantage of that. Save up your money, invest it into things that you need to invest in. Back to what I was saying. I invested $4,000 into this mentorship. And what it taught me is everything, A to Z, how to start, scale, automate Airbnb business. At that point, I didn't have much fun. Maybe I had $1,000, $2,000, whatever it was, right? How I found my first Airbnb, right? I found my first Airbnb scrolling through Zillow. I was like, all right, let me look through Zillow. Let me gather some information, because something that's taught to me in the course is to find apartments, do cold calls, cold outreach, and find someone that's willing to let me rent their apartment and put the apartment on Airbnb. I eventually found one. Boom, turning point. This is a huge turning point for me. That one actionable step I took to learn about this thing led me to where, all right, now there's a property in front of me. This person just told me I can rent it for them, so then I can run my business in them. Let's get fucking started. Then what I did from that point on, 18, limited funds, just invested all my money into this mentorship. What I did is pulled out a 12-month 0 APR credit card. That means a credit card they gave me a $10,000 limit for, which I can use the whole $10,000 and not have to pay it back with any interest for 12 months. So then I pay it after the 12 months whenever I want to. Then I use that $10,000, I invested into that Airbnb, and luckily, let me tell you, this was the fucking wake up point right here. This Airbnb was making me so much profit from the first month, and I didn't even run it for a full month, and I paid the full month rent. I made, I believe, $1,000 to $2,000 in profit alone. That takes me a whole fucking month to work full time for that much money. Do you know how many hours I put into that business that month? Probably 5 hours after it was set up. When I was setting up, obviously it took a little bit. I built the furniture, I put everything together, I made the beds, I furnished it, I designed it, whatever. While the business is running, I barely have to put any time into it. This is why I fell in love with the business. It could be automated. I'm sitting right here, right now, right? Recording this video. How? Because my business is automated. I have people doing things for me. I have cleaners doing the cleans. I have handymen doing the handiwork. I have smart locks so people can check into the property on time. I have ring cameras so the security is on point. I have a virtual assistant doing all the guest communication, everything, every single thing online. And I'm basically on autopilot. I'm making this money right now at the point that I'm at. My business is automated. I'm making the money and I barely have to put in time. The goal is when you start a business, you're gonna have to work in the business at first. But the end goal is to automate and work on the business. That means you have everyone doing all the bullshit for you, the cleaning, the handiwork, the guest communication. And then your goal, my goal right now, is just to expand the business, learn new things, add more properties, add more revenue onto the business. Now I have a team, now I have structures, now I have foundation. You need to build a foundation. Any single business, whatever you do, even in life specifically, you need to set a foundation. How are you gonna run through the streets if there's no concrete, if there's tall grass, if there's trees, and if there's branches? You're not gonna be able to do it. You gotta clear the path for yourself before you take that run, before you do what you need to do. When you start a business, you need to set the foundations of your business, and then you build brick by brick, and eventually after the brick, after the foundation, you put the drywall, put the electricity, the plumbing, and then you finish it out, put the carpet, and then you put the roof on from the beginning, and then all in all, the house is built and the house is there ready for you to operate in. That's the key advice to starting your own business, is to build a fucking foundation. And like I was telling you, right, that one decision of me wanting to learn, me committing myself, me staying disciplined enough to learn this business model, that's what changed my life trajectory forever. And now I'm at the point where I met a whole bunch of people that God put in my way that I needed to meet. I got a bunch of connections. I learned a whole bunch of things, how to talk to people, how to set up a business, how to cover my finances, how to set up properties on Airbnb, how to Talk to anyone in anywhere, at any location, be confident. Even at 18 years old, I was going up to property owners that own multi-million-dollar properties, multi-six-figure properties, and I'm a noob. I'm an 18-year-old right out of high school. I'm working a job, I'm struggling. They don't need to know that. What they need to know is I'm ambitious. I want to use their home for Airbnb. I want to start a business, and I want my life trajectory to go up, and I want to make as much money as humanly possible because I want to help myself. I want to help my family. I want to help everyone around me. I want to help my mentees and the people I'm teaching, because that gives me fulfillment. Fulfillment gives me the power to keep going. God gives me the power to keep going. Everything goes in a full circle. What I'm telling you in this video is it takes one decision to change your life trajectory forever. That's all it takes. If you're presented with an opportunity, you better take that shit. Today, I had the biggest opportunity of my fucking life. I'm gonna take that shit. I have no idea how I'm gonna do it. It's a lot of shit for me, but the thing is, I know is, gotta have the mindset, is I'm gonna figure that shit out. I'm gonna figure it out regardless of what I gotta do, regardless of what I gotta say, regardless of the hours I have to put in, because I want this shit. I want this shit. Do you want this shit? You gotta ask yourself that question. Do you want it? Yeah, you might ask, yeah, you do want it. Do you want it bad enough to where you sacrifice your time, you sacrifice your energy, you sacrifice spending time with your loved ones? Do you want it that bad, or do you just want it? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. How bad do you want that shit? You gotta want it bad. If you want your life to change, you have to make the change. The change is not gonna happen by yourself. No one's gonna take your hand and fucking pull you. No one is going to give you money. No one is gonna give you any handout. That's not how life works. God sets you in this world so you can learn lessons and keep moving forward. But if he gives you these lessons, you don't fucking learn from them, then you're wasting your time. What I tell my mentorship students, so I have mentorship students that I teach them everything from A to Z, how to start, scale, automate Airbnb business. What I tell them is I'm gonna give you all this information. It's just like taking a horse to the water, but you cannot force them to drink. I'm gonna give you all this information, and if you don't take the information, you don't learn it, and if you don't apply it, that's on you. I can't force you to work. I can't force you to do the things you need to do, but I can teach you to do what you need to do. I can teach you exactly what to do. I can teach you exactly what to say. I can teach you how to grow an Airbnb business from A to Z, how to start, scale, and automate it. I can teach you all that shit, but the problem starts within. If I teach you all that and you can't learn it, then what can I do for you? So if you watched this video, that means you're motivated, that means you're hungry, and that means you want to keep going forward, right? Because in life, when opportunity is presented to you, this could be your opportunity right here. Could be opportunity to learn. And this is not me trying to sell you something. This is me trying to provide you a lifestyle, a ticket to financial freedom. I wish someone gave me this information even back before I learned this shit. If you're watching this right now, that means you have an opportunity in front of you. 90% of you are gonna pass it, and that's completely fine. That's usually how life works. That's why there's a 99% and that's why there's a 1%. The 1% are the people who actually fucking learn shit, apply it, and work hard. The 99% are the people that want to stay complacent, work a regular job, do what they need to do, go home at the end of the day, and go to sleep. That's fine. Completely fine. It doesn't matter. You need to focus on yourself. If you want to learn Airbnb yourself, I mentor a lot of students. As my students are watching this video, you know what values I provide, you know the characteristics that I go by, and you know how much I care about you guys. But with that being said, those of you who want to learn about Airbnb, want to know all the basics, and also want a call with me, there's a link in my bio. It's gonna be for like 20 bucks. It's literally meant to be free for you. 20 bucks does nothing for me, obviously. 20 bucks is nothing. This 20 bucks gives you access to everything. Airbnb 101, how to start, scale, and automate your Airbnb business. It teaches you the basics, and it also gives you a call with me, which is very valuable because my time is fucking valuable. I'm spending my time recording this video. I'm not getting paid for it, and I'm also have a whole lot of shit I need to do when I get home. So if you want to learn the basics, you go through that program, learn every single thing, take notes, and then hop on a call with me. I'm gonna guide you and answer any questions that you have. Like I say in every single video, my DMs are always open on Instagram. I answer any and all DMs. Those of you who DM me on Instagram, you know damn what I'm talking about. I answer fucking everything, and I'm committed to doing that as long as I possibly can. Ask me any questions. My Instagram is @JohnAziz. right here. I'm gonna put it right here at John Aziz. Make sure you like, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe. Leave comments on this video for suggestions. Like other subscribers did, they left suggestions. I go after their suggestions, I make a video about it. You can DM me suggestions, leave them in the comments. Share this fucking video with someone that you care about. Subscribe to see me grow, because you're here early on my path to success, and I am successful, and I'm gonna keep getting more successful. So if you tap in with me now, you're gonna be on the journey, and you're gonna see how this fucking growth is. I'm going to be a statue to success. I'm going to show you how consistency works, discipline works. I started this channel, I had 0 fucking subscribers. Now I'm at 800 subscribers because people realize the value that I'm providing. I give so much fucking free game in this video. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Go through my other videos. I have so much free game. The video right before this one, literally, I should fucking charge $200 for that shit. Go watch that video too. It'll probably be right here. Follow me on Instagram at John Aziz. And if you like the video, like it. Keep up with the journey. I wish you all but blessings, and make sure you pray to God.